Jason, did you see that finish coming?
Yeah, I thought we just needed to get some ball and start playing a bit more footy, but just under the pump in the second half. I thought, discipline and ball control in the middle part of the second half just put us under the pump too much, and we didn't defend our try line. I thought we just let 2 or 3 soft tries in, and that's at the end of the day, that's where we got to get better. We weren't letting them in, but we are at the moment.
You don't use excuses with injured players, but when you don't have continuity and you're chucking players in changes every week, does that make it hard to defend your line?
I don't think so. It might make it hard with the ball. I think it might make it a bit harder when you're trying to execute shape and stuff, but we got a defensive process that we know, and we're just not living that at the moment. There's a bit of fatigueness. We get a bye now, come back fresh, and just gonna have that motivation to defend our try line a bit more than we've had the last couple of weeks. And it's in there. I'm not worried about it. It'll be back, I'm sure. But the bye's coming at a good time, that's for sure.
How do you assess the first 15 weeks? It's you and the Broncos the only teams not to have had a bye, so you welcome it, like you say. But now, how do you look back on the opening 3 months and everything?
Yeah, I think there's been some real quality footy played. I think we've established what type of footy we can play, and that we can. Our footy's good enough to beat the best teams in the competition, and that's what we've got to take into this week and freshen us up and come back, but get back that resolve to why we were doing those things. And a lot of changes the last few weeks, ins and outs, but at the end of the day, we just got to get that resolve from 1 to 32 in our squad, and if we get that, then the wins will come. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was outstanding. Did everything to keep us in the game. It's tough, but he done a great job, and that's why he was leading us today. And I thought Junior Totola did a great job as well, leading the boys. And it's just one of those things that next man up. And I knew he was excited to sit here and do this today. It's probably been his highlight of his week. But it's like I said, that he done a great job, and I always knew he would.
Any captaincy brought out the best in you out there?
Look, I just, to go there and, I lead with my actions mostly, so I just try to do that where I could, and I made sure I leaned on the rest of the senior players group. Had a word to, Junior, who's in the middle with me, and Campbell Graham, who's on the edge, just to help be a voice out for me there, because I'm not, captain week in, week out. So like JD said, I thought they did a great job helping me out this week, all the senior players. But there's no excuses who we're missing. We had more than capable of the players that we got. It was a defensive process that we've got to fix up. It hasn't been there last month.
Is Origin playing on your mind going out there today?
Not at all. I really, like Jay said, I was excited to lead this side out. It's a great club, so I wanted to come here and get the job done, and it wasn't to be. So we'll take full advantage of the bye next week, make sure everyone rests up, makes good choices, and fly into the second half of the season.
Dan, did you hear from Freddie after Thursday, knowing that he's out? Did Freddie call you? And you're good mates, you've spoken to him a lot in the past. Did he call you after that?
Yeah, no, we're obviously good mates with a relationship we've had over the last five years, but hasn't called at all. I was more worried about Appy, if anything. Appy deserves his spot in there. He played great in the first game, and now he's got a terrible injury, so I was feeling for him. But yeah, Freddie will make his selections as long as he backs himself and chooses who he wants to. That's all it is, and I'm sure they'll bounce back game too.
Jason, how do you strike a balance between being head coach of the Rabbitohs and wanting your players to get a rest in the next week, but then also wanting to see them go and represent for the Blues? It's been tough the first 15 rounds.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, really. You get opportunity to get the rest, that's great, but Origin's such a special arena for the players, and as a coach, you want your boys having that experience and having that opportunity to do that, and I think they'll represent their state well if they get selected. So there's a bit of an injury cloud, but the boys are fighting hard. The physios are doing a great job trying to do everything they can to get them ready, and we'll know. But hopefully Damien gets a call up. I think he's earned that right in what he's done for the Blues in the past, but also his form, and again tonight he showed that he's ready to go.
What's the timeline for you on those players? You've made it clear you want your physios to make that call on your star players, but what timeline do you think you can give the Blues on?
Yeah, I think they'll run Monday. I think I understand Freddie's name of the team Tuesday, so the physios will work over the weekend and then on Monday, and then see how they go. It's until then we won't really know.
Yeah, you told us yesterday that they're the kind of injuries that can kind of go up and down a little bit in a short amount of time. Have you seen any sort of improvements from those boys in the last 24 hours?
I haven't been with them when they've been doing it, so they're in the rehab group, so we don't see them for a little while. But no, they're like I said, the physios are working hard, and they're not even trying to make a call yet. They're giving them every opportunity they can, and come Monday they'll assess them. And every run you do at this point, you might wake up the next day feeling great and be able to progress further, or you might wake up a bit sore and have to go a day back. So everyone's just going to have to wait and see. It's just one of those things.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.